Dear friends, welcome to our new video. If you are not subscribed the channel, please hit subscribe button and activate the bell button. In this video, we will mention the top 10 things you can do today to make a difference. For those who want to make major life changes, it may appear that it will take years to accomplish your goals. Initially, you may be tempted to give up before you even begin. It is necessary to get a jump start on the changes you want to make in your life, and here are 10 ways to get started right away. 1. Make a change to your daily routine. A simple way to start improving and changing your life is to change something you've been doing for a long time. And it isn't even necessary that it has anything to do with the goal you are attempting to achieve. You have to get things moving in the direction you want them to go in order for them to move in the right direction. Make some small changes in your life today and see if that helps you gain some momentum in your endeavors. Have you ever been driving to work and completely forgotten how you got there? The fact that it's a terrifying thought can also teach you a great deal about being aware of your surroundings and how they're preventing you from becoming the best version of yourself. Here are a few simple ways to shake things up in your life right now. Take a different route to work, for example. Change your eating habits by eating at a different time of day or in a different location. You should vary the order in which you perform your workouts. Put yourself to bed at a time that is earlier or later than usual depending on your preference. Change up your daily routine around the house by doing things that are different from what you are used to doing or by ignoring the things you are used to doing. The purpose of this exercise is to make us aware that, while we may be content in our current circumstances, it is precisely that comfort and settling that may be preventing us from making the changes we want in our lives. To get started on the important things in your life, you must first change the things that aren't as important to you right now. Be open-minded and curious about how the world has changed since you were a child. You may even come to believe that more significant shifts are possible. Take a look at your clothing, for example. In terms of feng shui decorating principles, the colors you choose and the placement of your furniture can have a significant impact on your life. For those who wish to bring about significant change in their lives, wouldn't it make sense to begin by making changes to their surroundings? Without having to spend money on home renovations, changing your appearance for a day is a simple and cost-effective way to achieve this. Simple changes to your wardrobe and the wearing of something completely out of character for you will suffice to achieve this goal. Rather than wearing the same old black every day, try a vibrant and eye-catching color instead. In the event that you prefer to dress in vibrant colors, consider wearing something a little more muted. Changing your outfit is an excellent way to approach your wardrobe in the same way you would approach your life. It is your outward appearance that can help you feel more confident and self-assured, which can help you boost your self-esteem and self-confidence. Your confidence will be reflected in your actions and interactions with other people. When things change, people have no choice but to change with them. The way you hold your head will begin to change when others notice how you're holding your body language. The term power suit is frequently used to describe this type of attire. By putting on a disguise, you can transform yourself into someone else, someone more powerful than you are. If you feel like you have nothing in your closet to wear that will make you feel better, it's time to brainstorm new ways to pair certain pieces of clothing with one another. Wearing a pair of outrageous socks under your classic business suit may be sufficient in this situation. Other options include wearing larger earrings or a silly necktie. To make yourself feel better about yourself, try wearing something different today and see what happens. Here are a couple of additional suggestions. Instead of wearing pants, a skirt is preferable, ladies, of course. It's worth a shot if you've never worn a tie with a suit previously. Adding a scarf to your ensemble will complete the look. Using your choice of jewelry, you can make a statement about your personal style. Look in the back of your closet to see what you can find. You never know what you might come across there. Third, don't tell a lie under any circumstances. What would your day be like if you didn't tell any fibs or tell any lies? Consider the following for a moment. No matter how much we try to hide the fact that we're lying, it appears that we all do it at some point during the day. Even if the wrong order is served, we have the right to declare that we do not require anything else when our meal is delivered to us at a restaurant. If we're going to the movies, we might tell a friend or partner that we couldn't care less about which film we're seeing, even if it's one that we've been looking forward to seeing for a long time. What's the point of it all? We don't want to offend anyone, so we're not going to say anything. However, the majority of the time when we lie, we're simply not being honest with ourselves about our desires and requirements in life. The ability to delegate responsibility for our happiness to someone else's judgment, even if their preferences do not match our own, is a powerful tool for personal growth. However, when we tell lies, we absolve ourselves of responsibility for our own actions and the consequences of those actions, which is a negative outcome. Because we've avoided the issue at hand, we're now allowing ourselves to learn from our mistake when we tell our boss or the bill collector that we're behind schedule on a project. If you want to make a difference in your life, you must stop telling yourself and others lies. However, this does not imply that it will not be difficult. On the contrary, it will fundamentally alter your perspective on life. After a single day without telling a lie, you will become more thoughtful and deliberate in your choices of words as well as your reasoning behind them. A better understanding of your own thinking will result, as will a better understanding of where you may need to make adjustments. It is possible to request that people who do not wish to speak with you call you back at a later time if you stop lying about your availability. This frees up your time and energy to devote to the activities that you truly enjoy. And this provides you with the flexibility to make the necessary modifications. The term authenticity is sometimes used to refer to this quality, while others refer to it as honesty. In either case, making an effort to be true to yourself and others is a straightforward way to begin a new way of life. Maintain a positive frame of mind. Changing your perspective, according to a slew of experts, can result in significant improvements in your life. Those who sit around anticipating the worst will almost certainly find themselves in the worst situation as a result of their outlook. In the course of achieving your goals, you'll come to terms with all of your mistakes. You will become aware of all of the flaws in your strategy as the game progresses. You'll give up once you've realized that nothing is working for you anymore. There are a lot of people who get stuck at this point when it comes to finding happiness and making positive changes. They miss out on the positive aspects of their lives because they are concentrating so hard on identifying the negative aspects of their lives. For one day, pretend to be a pessimist and look at the world through his or her eyes. What you're doing here, despite the fact that it may appear silly at first glance, is bringing an objective viewpoint into conversation with your subjective one. The world, rather than being a place full of obstacles, is seen as a place full of opportunities for learning and growth by optimists in this way. Whenever a car cuts them off in traffic, they hope that the driver is not in a rush to get somewhere urgently. It takes time and effort to cultivate a positive outlook in one's own life. Consider your life as if it were the life of a close friend, and act accordingly. You will be able to see things more clearly as a result. When you notice that something is wrong with your day, make an effort to be more optimistic. Rather than telling a friend who has lost their job that they were fired because they were the worst employee, you tell them that it wasn't their fault and that there must have been another reason for their termination. When you begin to treat yourself and your life as you would a good friend, you will begin to see possibilities rather than problems in your life, which will lead to greater happiness. Simply put, an optimist is someone who strives to see the positive aspects of every situation. If you want to, you can give it a shot right now if you want. What if you wanted to live your life in this manner on a regular basis? What are the chances of that happening? Allowing your life to be everything you want it to be, and perhaps even more, is the best thing you can do for yourself and your family. You just didn't know where to look for it because it was right in front of you. Do not set yourself up for failure by expecting too much too soon. How many times have you been disappointed throughout your life? Surely a few hundred times has passed, don't you think? You will, however, discover that many of your times of pain and loss were caused by unmet expectations or goals when you look back on your life. What if you let go of your goals and aspirations for a day? What would happen? But what if you pretended that you couldn't give a damn about the outcome for the rest of the day? When you begin to associate your feelings with something that is out of your control, you are setting yourself up for negative emotions. But if you begin to rely on your goals and desires for your happiness, you run the risk of preventing yourself from evolving and changing. However, expectations are nothing more than a wishful state of mind in the real world. These are perfectly valid thoughts, but many of them are based on factors over which you have no control, no matter how hard you try. When you do or say something, you have no way of knowing how someone else will react to your actions or words. Individuals are free to act on their own initiative and in whatever manner they deem appropriate under the circumstances. When we begin to base our personal feelings on the reactions of others, we place ourselves in a position of self-loathing and depression. As an alternative to focusing on what might happen in the future, let go of your expectations and begin paying attention to the things that are happening right now instead. Whenever you find yourself in a difficult situation at work, you have no control over your boss yelling at you. You, on the other hand, have control over how well you perform your job, even if your boss continues to yell at you. If only for a day, try to keep in mind that you only have the things that are in front of you at any given time. When you stop treating it as if it were the be-all and end-all of your existence, real change will begin to take place in your life. In order to lose weight, for example, the only thing you can do is eat more healthfully. Expecting the food you eat today to have an impact on your weight loss tomorrow is not a good idea. You should also not expect that eating one chocolate bar today will make it impossible for you to lose weight in the future, as some people believe. Expectations should be regarded as a waste of time if you want to maintain your sense of self-worth and self-esteem. It's not that you shouldn't have goals, it's just that you shouldn't set them to unrealistic levels of difficulty. If you liked the video, press like and have a look on the references in the description box.